Something as simple as a to-do list can actually make you rich online. I mean, just look at this shop owner. He's made nearly $300,000 selling basic to-do list templates as passive income. Crazy, right? That honestly blew my mind when I first saw it. So I got curious and double-checked Pinterest trends to see if this was just a one-off or something bigger. And yep, I found that terms like printable to-do list are being searched consistently. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to create a clean, aesthetic digital to-do list using Canva, step by step. And not just that, I'll also show you how to create real-life looking marketing material for your Etsy shop, like posters and banners, using ChatGPT for 100% free. Because let's be honest, great design is one thing, but smart presentation is what actually drives sales. So without further delay, let's get into the work. Alright, we're here on our Canva dashboard, and we're going to design this entire digital product right inside Canva. First, click on Custom Size and enter page dimensions. For my design, I'm going with 29.7 by 21 centimeters, which is the standard A4 landscape layout. So enter those dimensions, then click on Create New Design. This will open up our editing space. Now the first thing we'll do is name our project, so I'm just calling it To-Do List. And that's it. We're ready to start designing our digital product. Now before we jump into the actual design, let's head over to Etsy for a quick round of inspiration. Platforms like Etsy are super helpful for seeing what's trending, what's selling, and also what to avoid, so you don't waste time creating something that won't perform well. After browsing a few popular listings, I came up with my own idea for this to-do list. My goal is to keep it simple, but visually attractive, something clean that stands out and brings in customers. So let's head back to Canva and start building. First, bring a rectangle onto your page. You can quickly press R on your keyboard to add one. Then set its width to 7.4 centimeters and height to 12.7 centimeters and place it on the very left side of the page, just like I'm doing here. Now copy that box and paste it right next to the first one. Then select both boxes, copy them together, and paste them side by side again to fill up more of the canvas. Align them neatly to the top so everything looks symmetrical and organized. Once your layout is ready, go ahead and change the colors of each box using your own creativity. Try using soft tones or modern pastels to make it aesthetically pleasing. See how just changing the colors gives the entire layout a fresh, beautiful look? It already feels like a product. Now let's move on to the next part. Go ahead and copy the first rectangle, place it a bit lower on the canvas, and then stretch its height to fill up the bottom part. Watch closely how I'm doing it. After that, we'll need to add 2 more boxes, because we're designing a weekly to-do list, and we need 7 boxes in total, 1 for each day of the week. So just follow along as I copy and paste the remaining boxes and line them up neatly on the canvas. After a few tweaks, this is the layout we've created so far. And now it's time to add a notes section, which is super common in weekly planners. Let's go ahead and create that now. Now just copy one of the boxes again and stretch it to fit the remaining space at the bottom, just like I'm doing here. Change its color to something light and subtle so it blends well with the rest of the layout. Next, head over to the Elements tab and search for Notes. Now here's where you've got options. You can either create your own notes section by adding transparent lines manually, or you can simply choose something pre-made, like a lined paper element, and adjust it to fit. Let me show you the second method. First, I'll duplicate our current design, just to try this out without affecting our main one. Then go to the Elements tab, search for lined paper, and switch between the Elements or Photos tab, depending on which style works better for your design. Once you've picked the one you like, drag it onto the canvas and align it neatly in the center. And boom, that's how it'll look. Now let me know in the comments, which version do you prefer? The custom notes layout we created from scratch, or the one using Canva's stock library? I'd love to hear what fits your style more. Personally, I like the second version better, so I'll go ahead and build on that to finalize our design. But of course, it's totally up to you which one you go with. Now let's start adding text to our canvas. Before that, make sure to select all the layout elements on the canvas and lock them. This way, we can freely design without accidentally moving anything. Next, go to the Text tab and drag a text element onto the canvas. Type in Monday, place it at the center of the first box, resize it, change the font to something clean and minimal, whatever fits your style, and adjust the color to a darker tone for contrast. Now press the letter L on your keyboard to bring in a line element. Place it just below the text to give it a nice structure. See how clean and professional it's already starting to look? Once you've placed the text and line properly, select both and copy-paste them 6 more times, so we can label all 7 boxes for each day of the week. Then simply update the text to match each day. Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. Watch how I'm doing this to get a better idea of the placement and spacing. Now you can see, our design is really starting to come together and it's looking amazing. We're just left with one final touch, adding text to our notepad section. To do that, simply drag and drop a text element onto the canvas. Then type in your note, something like this week's priorities or whatever fits your layout. Next, change the font to something with a nice handwriting style to give it a personal feel. And finally, adjust the color to a soft pink or use a matching shade from your palette to keep everything looking clean and professional. Just these small details can really level up your design. See how easy it is to create your own digital product. And yes, this is something you can absolutely sell on Etsy. Now let's move into the bonus part, where I'll show you how to increase your sales by creating simple marketing materials for your Etsy shop. To get started, you'll first need to download your design to your system. So go to Share, then click on Download, and download your product in PNG format to maintain the quality. Now open ChatGPT in a new tab and paste the prompt I've provided. Then, click on the upload image icon and upload your downloaded to-do list design. I've specially crafted this prompt to help ChatGPT understand your image and generate a realistic mock-up of your to-do list notepad. The exact prompt is listed in the description below, so you can easily copy and use it. Once you've pasted the prompt and uploaded the image, just hit enter, and boom, ChatGPT will generate a high-quality, realistic image of your product. This is exactly what we'll use for your Etsy listing or promo graphics. Here's the image that ChatGPT created for us. And the best part? You can even experiment further. Ask ChatGPT to add sample tasks, change backgrounds, or generate multiple variations. Seriously, AI has made this whole process so much easier. No need for fancy cameras or expensive photo shoots to make your product stand out. Now you can go ahead and download these images to your system. Then head back to your Canva design, because we're not done just yet. We still need to download our actual product in the highest quality format, perfect for both digital and physical use. So here's what to do. Go to your design, click on Share, then Download. Now change the file type to PDF print, and under Color Settings, switch it to CMYK. This format is best for preserving the quality of your design and is highly recommended for Etsy uploads. Once that's done, click Download, and boom, that's it. We've now successfully created our digital to-do list on Canva, designed realistic promo images using ChatGPT, and downloaded everything in the right format to upload on Etsy. See how simple this can be? You don't need fancy tools, a big audience, or even a website to get started with your digital product journey. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments what kind of product you're planning to create, or if there's a specific one you want me to cover next. And as promised, I'll be uploading a full tutorial on how to list this exact to-do list on Etsy, step by step, from setting up your shop to writing your product description and everything in between. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.